Okay, today I wanted to do a video about Thai culture and how to act in Thailand, because I've seen many things over the years, but I saw a lot of disinformation or misinformation. Some people I think don't understand so much, and maybe I don't either, right? So let's say this is my take on Thai culture, and this is what I think is the right way to act, the right things to do, and some things not to do as well. So Thai culture is much different from your culture back at home, no matter where you're from. Thai culture is based around face, Thai face, losing face, gaining face, and what it is, real briefly, is it's a status, or it's a representation of the person based on how they've acted in the past. And it's a status sort of based on your rank in society as well. People can gain or lose face throughout the day, throughout their lifetime. And so it's a dynamic thing. It isn't static. It's not something that doesn't change, can change every day. So Thai culture is built around a couple things: Thai face, and the idea that everybody's having a good time, everybody's okay, everybody's well managed, everybody's not too stressed out about anything, and you're in a good mood, you're happy, you're smiling, right? Thai smiles. And then I'll get right into the Thai culture tips. His Majesty the King passed away last year. Yesterday was the anniversary, the first anniversary, so Thailand is in a state of mourning. That will go on for a while. The royal family is so special here that you can't say anything about them. Anybody in the whole royal family, from the king to the princess to the queen, to anybody. And so you're much better off not to ever mention in conversation, never to bring it up, never to comment. If you hear somebody else commenting, just stay out of it. Just keep it a topic that you stay out of, because Thais are it's very important to them. And it's like politics in some places right around the world. Like, you don't want to like argue politics with somebody, you know, they might fight you for that. But here in Thailand, can be the same thing. You have to show a lot of respect. And so the best way to do that for us, because we don't really understand, is to just not talk about it at all. So not only can you not talk about it, but you can't... Somebody was arrested years ago for defacing posters of the royal family. I think it was of the king. It may have been of the prince or something, but things like that, I mean, you can go to jail for 20, 30 years for that. So it's really not worth it. That's all I'm going to say about it. There are other things about it, like Thai money all has the king's image on it, right? So when you have Thai money, treat it with respect. You don't crinkle it up into balls or something. That's showing disrespect. You don't put your money in your sock or something, you know, like you don't keep it in your sock next to your feet, because the feet are considered the most, you know, the dirtiest part of your body. And then try very hard not to drop money on the ground, because you're also dropping, it's as if you're dropping the king's image on the ground, and Thais, you know, get upset about that as well. Postage stamps also have the king's image, some of them. So be careful with that. You don't want to put your postage stamps crooked or upside down or something on your package. Like we did that in America just for fun, like to be funny, like we'd put them all upside down or something, because, you know, it doesn't matter, but here it matters. Standing during the Thailand national anthem, which I look around to see are people standing or not, because like at my daughter's school in the morning when they do it, I come in on motorbikes, so some of the motorbikes stop and some of them don't. And so if I look at people in my situation, I'm on a motorbike, is anybody else on a motorbike stopping and then getting off and standing, or no? Because you want to do the same thing, whatever they're doing. But in general, every time you hear it, look around. If people are standing up, then stand up and pay respect and don't talk, and just stand still. So also in the movie theater, they play it before every movie, so you have to stand up as well. People have got into at least shouting matches. I haven't heard of anybody like fighting in the theater about it, but you know, sometimes foreigners don't stand up and Thais get upset about it. Politics, the country is split like considerably about politics, and now, you know, with the military presiding over the country, so to speak, right now politics are kind of pushed down because the military won't let it happen very much. We haven't had elections for years. Hopefully they're coming up, but you know, Thailand is so split, you know, that politics become, you know, it's a bloody mess. And same in many countries, right? But in Thailand, in Bangkok especially, is kind of the center of it. If you're not in Bangkok, you're not going to feel it much. Here in the South, we don't really feel it much at all. And even if there's people like, if there's bombs going off in Bangkok, we don't feel it here. We don't have that. We're kind of, outside of Bangkok, it's relatively calm. People can still come on vacation, you know? I mean, it's that calm. You wouldn't want to come on vacation and stay in Bangkok during that time, but, you know, Phuket is fine, Koh Samui is fine, Krabi is fine, all of the major tourist areas are fine. Chiang Mai is usually fine, I think almost always fine. I can't remember anything negative happening up there as far as like major incidents, but it's a little bit charged up there. Ubon Ratchathani is a bit charged. If you're not on the red shirt team, you know, if you don't believe in the red shirt ideas, you're not going to feel welcome up there. You're sure not going to want to wear yellow shirts running around Ubon during the time of craziness with the politics. So that's another thing. Just keep it out of your conversations. I mean, there's actually been foreigners that have like marched in parades and stuff, and marched down the streets of Bangkok like during, you know, really highly violent times in Bangkok. And you know, what is the point? Let the Thais handle their own country. You're not going to set anything straight. Face, I talked about. Raising your voice. In America, we talk about things and our voices might raise and stuff, but we're still talking. It hasn't escalated to violence. In Thailand, as soon as your voice raises too much, people get angry like that fast. And when it happens, for instance, I've said this incident many times, but it's just something that sticks in my mind. A guy in Pattaya, an older guy, 75 I think he was, bought CD-ROMs or DVDs from a street side vendor, took them home, they didn't work, he brought them back and started arguing, you know, take them back. The guy's like, no, there's no returns. In Thailand, there's no real returns. You don't return something. And it's, you know, people don't understand it. We don't understand, but almost never is there a return when you buy something, especially at a small place. Don't even ask for it. I mean, you can ask for it, but surely don't get angry about it. So this guy raised his voice and got upset, and it escalated, and he got beat to hell. He got kicked in the street. I don't think he died. I honestly can't remember. It's been years, but that kind of thing happens. You get loud in a bar, bam, you get either a sucker punch from the side, you know, from the back and the side, or you get a bottle to your head or something like that. You never see it coming. There's no chance in the world you're ever gonna fight Thais and win because they fight in a group. It's just, there's no point in getting loud. Don't raise your voice. Physical altercations, fights, they fight in groups, and it's usually a sucker punch. It's something you'd never see coming. You don't understand that you're even fighting yet physically until the first bottle to your head, and by then you're unconscious on the ground getting kicked by 4 people. It's really quite different from wherever you're from. It's it's just the worst. I had a friend that actually had it happen. I had just left Phuket, and he, I think I told this story before. Maybe I'll tell it again in a different video. Thai business practices, they're going to make little sense to you because Thai business is completely different from anything I've ever known. So one of the things was you can't return anything. That's the usual, but now some of the big stores like Tesco, Big C, and some of the major stores are offering refunds or returns within a certain amount of time. I think it's sometimes 7 days, I think I saw my receipt one time. So some of the stores are doing it, some of the bigger stores. Smaller stores, I doubt it. Try before you buy. Usually there is no try before you buy. If you're gonna buy a motorbike, you just pay for the motorbike and it's yours. You don't get on it and you don't ride around town to see if you like it, because they don't really have that. And when you ask for it, it's almost like they're in shock, like, what? Like, you wanna do what? And they're all confused that you wanna try it before you buy it. And that goes for motorbikes, cars, and bicycles. I've had it happen for all three, especially bicycles. There's no trying. You just buy it or else get out the door. So motorbikes, I've had to like ride around inside Honda parking area. They wouldn't let me go out on the street. Even if I give them 50,000 baht cash, here, hold this while I go up the street. And they're like, no, they don't do that. I don't know if it has something to do with insurance, but I doubt it, because I don't know. I don't know what it is. Can't really try before you buy. Bartering, it's a normal part of Thai business for any market or anything like that. But even a small store, you might ask if you could get a better price, and sometimes you can. For many things you can barter. At the big stores, you can't possibly. It's just like every other place you know. The price is what it is, and it's not going to change. General social interactions. So it's also very different here because we don't touch each other in public. If it's a kid, like I'll hug my daughter in public and kiss her and stuff like that. And Thais, they don't do that really with their kids, so it's different for them, but they understand. But you don't do that with your girlfriend, and you don't hold hands with your girlfriend, and you don't kiss your girlfriend in public, because when you do all of these things, they figure it's a bar girl. They figure your girlfriend or wife is a bar girl, and they'll look the other way, but they have a bad idea about you for sure, because regular people don't do that. You will now see over the last 10, 12, I've been here 13 years, you'll see kids trying to hold hands, in public and stuff, and it's like they're really pushing the limit to like hold hands. I've never seen teens kissing in the street, ever. Not in the mall, not in the street, you would never see it, you just never see it. Unless you're in Pattaya or something, you see it every day, because foreigners, don't understand and they'll kiss their girlfriend in the street or something. But here in Thailand, that doesn't happen. I haven't held my wife's hand in public, because I don't want people to have a bad idea about her. I don't want to, there's no need to push your cultural beliefs, your cultural expectations onto the Thai people when you come here from your country. I had a friend, I guess, this guy's from England, and he has a Thai wife, now Thai child, and he told me that when her mom is over, like he makes her like kiss him and stuff, and I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I thought the guy really understood Thai culture or had some more common sense, I would say. But no, he insisted that she do that in front of her mom and stuff. It was like, wow, what the hell's wrong with you, man? So that happens. You really shouldn't force it on anybody like that. It's not what we do here. Touching someone on the head, especially an adult, but with a child you can do it, but to me I never feel comfortable even with a child, even though I do it without thinking sometimes, but the head is supposed to be the most important part, and you're showing disrespect if you touch somebody's head. Pointing feet. So it's disrespectful to point your feet at somebody with your toes, like to point, somewhere, or to to kick them or to touch anybody with your feet at all. It's disrespectful not only to point at somebody with your feet, but to point at something, like it's over there, you know, and like use your foot to point where it is. That's also disrespectful. People do it all the time to kids, but you wouldn't want to do that to anybody else, really. Bare feet inside the home. That's what we all do. Take off your shoes no matter what when you enter someone's house. Even when you enter stores sometimes, they also want to keep it extremely clean in there because, you know, you don't want to be dragging dog poop and jelly and kids' gum and everything else into somebody's house or store. Occasionally at a restaurant you'll see that, and I might just keep my shoes on anyway because I'm not going to step in something. And then also, if you have to use the restroom, there's no way in hell I'm going to go into a restroom without shoes on. So you have to think about it that way. You may want to take them off, you may not. But if everybody else has taken off their shoes at the front of the store or the restaurant or whatever it is, go ahead and take them off. If you have to go to the restroom later, maybe go get your shoes and bring them in. A lot of times they'll have slippers in there, you know, but I don't know if you want to wear somebody else's slippers. Okay, the next one is Thai men staring at you. So this happens mostly in the Northeast and some smaller areas away from the tourist areas because, you know, so many people are just not used to seeing foreigners. That's all it is. They're fascinated, you know, to see you and actually see how different you are. And sometimes you'll catch them staring. It's usually guys. For me, you know, it's usually guys like staring at me, you know, so I was a little defensive at first, you know, when I first got here, and I was like, you know, what the hell are you looking at, you know? Because in America, no guy stares at you unless there's a purpose, right? So yeah, it can take you aback a little bit. Just ignore it. It's nothing. You'll probably catch their eyes. Like if you stare back at him, eventually he'll like realize you're staring and like snap out of it and like shake his head and smile about it. And there's no like animosity or anything like that. That's not how it happens here. You'll never find that. You know how like in other cultures, maybe the Latino culture or something, you know, they'll stare at you or something if they mean like aggression or something like that, but not here. So you can just ignore it. The why. You're supposed to why somebody, you know, this. You're supposed to why somebody older than you. As I get older, it's better for me because I don't have to choose, like, do I why that person or not? Almost everybody's younger than me, so it's better, right? They why me first, and if they do, I why them back. So you shouldn't why little kids, like real small kids, but some people still do. I do like a half-ass why, you know, if a little kid whys me. But most adults just shake their head or something like that because the little kids are supposed to do it out of respect, right? The right way to why is up for deliberation, I think, because in the Northeast it's pretty solid. Like almost everybody is like this and brings the nose down here, like the head moves a little bit down like that. That shows the respect. In the South here, there's very little whying going on unless you're absolutely sure the other person is Buddhist Thai, because if not, if they're Muslim, they don't why. So you'll be whying somebody, they don't why back, and you can't get offended. They don't why people. So there's less of it going on here in the South. You don't really know when to do it in the South. Even Thais that I know are Buddhist, they don't always why me, you know, because it's just it's kind of being done away with. It's kind of a practice that's going to be done away with over time, it looks like. Especially here in the South, it's going to just go away completely, I think. But you should know when to why. Like, as you're going into a bar and like the girls why you, there's no reason to why them back unless you know them personally. It's just something they do. They get a kick out of it if you why them back. Like, oh, this guy, you know, is whying the bar girl. It's so you're not really supposed to do that. Some people why like that. You know, politicians are always like this, like to make a big show of it, like there's somebody special or something. And you know, don't be crazy about it. Just do the regular like that. Blowing your nose. You shouldn't blow your nose in public. blow it in your own room in your house where nobody is, even around your family. Nobody wants to hear it. I guess it's disgusting. I guess it's something they just, nobody does it. They'll wipe their nose gently with tissue, you know, and squeeze their nose or something, but they don't blow a nose hard, ever. So that's kind of a different thing. You can tell, like, Russians, I don't know, Russians really blow their nose, man. I noticed that here, and it's kind of disgusting, I guess. Another thing is using a toothpick instead of, like, you know, in America, we'd like, like try to get something. But here, you're supposed to cover your mouth like this and do it under the cover of your hand so nobody can see it, because nobody wants to see the inside of your mouth. It's more polite to do it that way. Eating your food, Thais eat primarily with a spoon. If you eat with a fork all the time, they're going to think it's weird. No matter, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but if you can learn to use a spoon, it'll be a little smoother for you. Speaking Thai, you should always add cup if you're a man, or ka. Not always. I mean, there's plenty of things you wouldn't say it for, but if you say it a lot, Thais love it and will think better of you and think less that, oh, this guy just hung around Pattaya and Phuket and Pat Pong and stuff. So use it, you know, you're supposed to. Just say it after all kind of things. Say it even to mean yes, like instead of chai, say cup. That's what Thais do, if you notice. So just use it a lot. Accepting something from a Thai, typically you give and you receive with your right hand because your left hand is dirty. Why is your left hand dirty? Because in the toilets they have the water squirters to squirt your bum. So you squirt with this hand, and then with this hand you're wiping the stuff off your butt, right? So this hand is dirty. Sure, there's soap sometimes and you can wash, but sometimes there isn't. So in general, Thais think the left hand is probably dirty. So you don't offer anything or take anything with the left hand because Thais think it's dirty. You wouldn't want to give money, you know, because with your dirty hand you're holding the the Thai king's image, and that's not good. So use your right hand for everything. Thais think it's cleaner, and Thais all do it. Accepting something from a Thai person. Thais will try to gain face, you know, by doing things for you. You should let them do them for you sometimes. Let them gain face for it. If you are offered something and you don't want it, you know, say, oh, kapun kap, but, you know, just turn away like you don't really want it. It's, you know, it varies with everything that they're offering, but especially drunk Thais, like in a group of guys, if they're offering you a drink, like a shot or something, just go take it and stay there for a minute, 2 minutes, and smile, you know, and try to answer questions, but try to get out of there pretty quick. I always do anyway. I know people that will stay there and like drink with them, but I'm too afraid that something's going to go wrong, because I've had it in the past when I first got here that I said something wrong. I hadn't even a clue. And, you know, my friend will tell me later, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Or so I'm pretty scared about staying with a group of Thai guys that are drinking that are drunk. Unless they're like, you know, academics or something. And then the last thing I'll cover really is sarcasm. So back in the States, I thought it was pretty funny, you know, with sarcasm, because I used it a lot. Here in Thailand, I don't use it very much at all because nobody understands it. And so you're making yourself look really bad every time you use it because they don't get it. They might smile and stuff and like, haha, but in their mind they're thinking, why did this guy just say that, you know, like negatively, when he meant it like sarcastically and positively, but they just don't get that part. So don't use it. It's always a negative in the Thai mind. Even if you think they're understanding, I don't think they're really getting it. Even if you think they understand Western people and what they do, still in their mind it doesn't make sense that you're saying something negative, but you mean something positive. So just don't use it. It's not gonna go well for you. You're never really the humorous person that you think you are. I think that's it. I covered a lot of stuff, probably a lot I didn't cover. I just pulled this from one of my books that I wrote years ago. So some stuff's probably missing, some stuff's maybe even wrong. If something's wrong, let me know. If you think something's wrong that I said. Possible, right? I haven't experienced everything, been here 13 years, but that doesn't mean I've been in every situation and seen everything. Like every now and then there's still something that pops up and I'm like, you know, are you sure? Because I've been here so long, but they're like, yeah, this happened. I'm kind of, it's super interesting because, you know, I'm always learning about what's going on here. And yeah, I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, maybe I know the answer to something else, but maybe not. So ask anyway in the comments and then I'll let you know if I do. Hope that helps somebody coming to Thailand. I hope it helps you get through your vacation or through your time here easier. That's the whole point of many of my videos. All right, cheers then.